for Rogelio and the other type of like Dragonborne that they have throughout this show, I don't know if we see any in the future that aren't already enslaved by the Horde. And so it is really interesting to think about how the Horde geographically started to take over the planet of Etheria, which means like the mountainous areas where these lizard folk lived was completely overtaken by the Horde. And because they were all enslaved, that's the only place you will find them from now on is in the Horde. What raises an even bigger question is like, okay, do we have like bilingual people in the Horde, or do they get like special treatment? Does Rogelio have some type of like lizard person religion that he's trying desperately to hold on to, that maybe Kyle and Lonnie practice with him to try to keep the element alive? These are just like off-topic stuff that like I think about during the show, is like the world, the lore, like what different species are there, where do they live, what's different about them from other groups, other sects, other religions, what defining features. We've only seen the one build, and the same build as Rogelio, and there's another force captain who's the same species as him, and they all kind of look the same, which is like, wait, do all the people of Rogelio's origin, they just look the same and you can't tell the males and the females apart? Like, does that affect how their gender portrayal goes? Like, was this something that was intentional? And did the person who mapped out Etheria and these lizard folk, like, did they intend for this to happen, or were they like, aha, lizards, edgy equals evil, the evil guys have lizard folk, and not for the good guys? That is just cool details that like I look for when watching a show. And that's one of the things that Amphibia really highlighted, was like the toads are generally more evil aligned, and the frogs are more neutral aligned, and the newts are more like lawful good aligned, until of course Andreas has his way. And then like just like in D&D, the separate races are typically split into different factions. The same is applied towards pretty much all fantasy media, and that's just something I've paid attention to ever since, and I like it when I notice it in like high fidelity, like in shows like She-Ra.